Good evening from ELBC in Painesville. I'm Hassan Kiao, and this is Newsline. One full hour of news, interviews, background reports, and other developments from and about Liberia and the rest of the global community. In this edition, Civil Service Agency and Afriland First Bank launched salary advance and loan scheme for civil servants across Liberia. Ministry of Education to upgrade first school of the blind in Moscow County. And away from home, United States reviews its relationship with Tanzania following deadly and controversial presidential elections. These are minimal, including the news in French, simple Liberian English, and sports. First, here is Wilmita Jaba, and the bulletin of news.
President Joseph Waka wants African nations shift from aid dependency to innovation for the growth and development of the continent. President Waka believes doing so will unlock the rich potential of Africa and leverage opportunities for young people on the continent. The Liberian leader was speaking Thursday during the first edition of the Imo State Economic Summit in Nigeria. The president also called for collective approach among African leaders in tackling complex challenges affecting Africa. Meanwhile, President Joseph Waka has emphasized his government's steadfast commitment to engage in African leaders for the advancement of the continent. First Lady Katumu Waka is in Accra, Ghana to participate in a high-level meeting on ending mother-to-child transmission and achieving the triple elimination of HIV, syphilis, and hepatitis B in Africa. The summit, hosted by Mrs. Lodina Muhammad, First Lady of Ghana, has gathered First Ladies from across the continent at the Ghanaian Presidential Palace. According to a release, the forum is focused on unifying advocacy and accelerating strategies to eliminate the transmission of those diseases from mothers to their children, a cornerstone of Africa's public health agenda. The conference, the Marshal said, is being convened under the auspices of the Organization of African First Ladies for Development. Meanwhile, First Lady Katumu Bwaka is expected to highlight Liberia's strides alongside its African partners to advancing maternal and child health and securing a healthier future for the next generation. The Civil Service Agency and Afriland First Bank, Liberia, have launched a salary advance and loan scheme for civil servants across government ministries, agencies, and commissions. According to CSA, the initiative is aimed at keeping civil servants financially stable, to restore fairness, and to modernize the public service. The chief launcher, House Speaker Richard Cohn, described the initiative as critical to easing financial burden of civil servants and support families. Speaker Cohn reaffirmed the government's commitment to building what he termed as a pro-worker, pro-family, and pro-growth government that prioritizes the welfare, productivity, and stability of its employees. For his part, the Director General of the Civil Servant Agency, Josiah Jokai, assured Liberians that the program will inject millions of dollars into the Liberian economy. He also urged government employees to use the facility to build, to grow, to invest, and to uplift their families and communities. The Education Ministry has broken grounds for the construction of the Liberia School of the Blind Extension Project in Broadville, funded through the Public Sector Investment Project. The project will expand classrooms, dormitories, and specialized facilities to better serve visually impaired students. Education Minister Dr. Jaso Jala said the groundbreaking is not about construction, but a decision to bring equity, dignity, and opportunity to education.
School of the Blind Extension Project. Today is not merely the start of a construction activity, it is the start of a renewed commitment to ensuring that every Liberian child, regardless of background, circumstance, or physical ability, has access to quality, inclusive, and safe learning environments.
Minister Jala, while commending the school's administration and staff, urged the contractor to uphold professionalism and accountability. Meanwhile, the principal of the Liberia School of the Blind, Jackson Shaw, has described this project as a significant step towards inclusivity. Members of the Christian Association of the Blind Mangibi County chapter have benefited from a 13,000 United States dollar project. The money set aside by the county leadership is intended to upgrade the building hosting the School of the Blind. The move, according to our correspondent, is geared towards creating better learning environment and seeking the welfare of those with visual impairment in the county. Our correspondent said it is the first time money is being allotted for a project through the county's covers for members of the blind community. Meanwhile, the president of the Christian Association of the Blind, B.A. Kota, lauded the Mangibi County leadership for their action. Mr. Kota said the effort is a manifestation of the government's arrest agenda, which speaks to inclusive development. Government says it is providing job opportunities for more than 1,438 young Liberians in Bong, Lofa, and Lima counties. According to Information Minister Jeremy Pia, the jobs are being provided by government through the Ministry of Public Works. Minister Pia told Minka at regular press briefing Thursday that the jobs are being provided through road construction in the three counties. The information minister said females are being highly prioritized as part of government's efforts to foster gender equality. Meanwhile, Minister Pia noted that the ongoing road construction is targeting feeder roads, among others. A 41-year-old volunteer nurse aide in Bonji Malufa County is appealing to government and philanthropists to help her seek advanced treatment abroad. Victoria Glabo was diagnosed with hip problem at the Telewion Hospital. She has been battling the problem for 15 years. According to Madame Glabo, she has visited the John F. Kennedy Memorial Hospital where several tests were conducted. However, doctors have since advised her to seek medical attention abroad. According to our correspondent, Madame Glabo's condition continues to deteriorate. The Liberia National Fire Service has ended the validation of its strategic plan for 2025 to 2030. According to the Fire Service, the plan is a strategic roadmap to strengthen fire prevention and emergency response across the country. Fire Service Director General Wasua Bafo said the formulation of the plan began in 2024 when a dedicated team was accessible to define the service mission, vision, and core values. According to Mr. Bafo, he emphasized that safeguarding lives and property requires a clear strategy to guard firefighters, fire safety education, and emergency services. Meanwhile, the plan is expected to assess the strengths and weaknesses of the fire service while addressing key areas such as human resource development, leadership, logistics, governance, and technological innovation. Meanwhile, Water Environment Climate Action Network consultant David Seward has identified gaps at the Liberia National Fire Service. He named weak infrastructure, limited manpower, and outdated firefighting equipment. Mr. Seward noted that the plan focuses on strengthening administration and improving training for firefighters. He said upgrading fire stations and enforcing a national fire code are key priorities. Mr. Seward emphasized the need for stronger government commitment to fully implement the plan. He stressed the importance of broader partnerships to support the fire service modernization. According to him, the ongoing validation is a major step toward a safer and more responsive fire system across Liberia. Nima County District 7 Representative Musa Benete has threatened to take legal actions against the Senate for having separate budget hearings at the legislature. Both the House of Representatives and the Senate are conducting budget hearings simultaneously. According to Representative Benete, the action of the Senate is a complete violation of Article 38 of the Constitution, which mandates all financial instruments to originate from the House of Representatives. Representative Benete added that having separate budget hearings is creating confusion among members of the House Committee on Ways, Means, and Finance. He said if measures are not put in place, the country could be heading for what he described as constitutional crisis. And Bakporo County District 2 Representative Luther Collins is seeking increment in the budget of the Emirates Hospital in the county. Representative Collins wants at least 500,000 US dollars to be added to current budget of the hospital. The current draft budget of the Emirates Hospital is at 250,000 US dollars. According to the Bakporo County lawmaker, such allocation cannot address what he described as structural challenges facing the hospital. Representative Luther Collins believes $500,000 allotment will address the welfare of volunteer health workers and other issues confronting the operational gaps. He wants his colleagues act promptly to allow the hospital cater to the health needs of the people.
Well, I met Jabba with the bulletin of news. You listen to Newsline coming to you from the radio service of the Liberia Broadcasting System. We broadcast from Painesville. One of the big stories we're following, President Joseph Boakai rallies African nations to be self-sufficient at the 2025 Imo State Economic Summit in Nigeria. As you may have heard in the news, President Joseph Boakai has addressed the Imo State Economic Summit in Nigeria. The summit, which is the first of its kind, is bringing together policymakers, business leaders, and development partners to deliberate on strategies for regional cooperation and investment opportunities. In his address Thursday, President Boakai urged African leaders to shift aid dependency to innovation for the advancement of the continent.